Hello and welcome to Supt Scoop. I am Dr. Kenneth R. Hamilton, Superintendent of the Mount Vernon City School District and your host. We have a very special show lined up for you today. We have an interview with our high school swim team and the aquatics coordinator. We have Mr. McCormick on talking about our new district app, which you can download on Google Play and at the Apple Store. And I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of our Board of Trustees and all the children in our district, happy holidays to you. This is a very, very special time of year. It's the time of year where we're caught up in exchanging gifts and expressing to our loved ones how important they are to us. And we use this season as the vehicle to do that. But I'd like to encourage you to do something a little different this year. This holiday season, I'd like to encourage you to do something for someone else, to remember the thousands and thousands of families who live in our surrounding area who may not have the opportunity to have a festive holiday season. We have almost 800 families right here in Mount Vernon who are defined as homeless. These families may not have the opportunity to have a festive holiday and all the gifts that many of our students will wake up Christmas morning and open. So I challenge you today to do something for someone else, to give a gift to a homeless family, to do something for someone who you may not even know, who may need the support of a loved one or an extended family this holiday season, and open your doors to someone who may need a meal or who may need a place to stay, who you may know or may not even know, but you want to help. This is a season of giving, and perhaps one of the most precious things we can do is remember those who are less fortunate. So I challenge you. I adopt a family every year and I buy everything that's on that list. I've completed my shopping and I hope you will do the same. So happy holidays to you. May this season be filled with happiness, good fortune, and prosperity. And stay tuned. We have an amazing show lineup for you today. And we'll see you in a minute.
Hello and welcome back. Joining me now is our aquatic coordinator, Ms. Patricia Ryan, and members of the Mount Vernon swim team. Welcome to Supt Scoop.
Thank you for having us.
So we have long awaited the opportunity to bring back our Mount Vernon swim team. So I'm interested in hearing from your perspective how that's going.
It's truly been a wonderful experience. It's been almost a year now since I've started with the district, and we've implemented it with phys ed, but more importantly, we've also this year, for this school year, started in the fall with the girls varsity swim team, and now currently with the boys varsity swim team. So I don't know, they've been enjoying it so far.
So before I get to the kids, what's the interest been like from students who are interested in being a part of the swim team?
They're passionate about it. They're driven, and they've seen that if they stick with it, they'll see a vast improvement in their own skills and developing.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, so let me hear from you. What has it been like being on the swim team? Why don't you first introduce yourselves to our viewing audience?
Well, I'm Brandon Fernandez. I'm one of the teammates of the team, you feel me? Well, for me, I didn't learn how to swim until like last January. So like it was like really hard for me to start off because we had to do all these exercises like the breathing, and like that was the hardest part for me because I just kept drinking water, and then like at one point like my throat like completely gave out, and like I just didn't have a voice for that day.
Really?
Yeah.
So then there's hope for me. You just learned and you're already on the swim team.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so now I asked you before we started recording, can you teach anybody, meaning anybody? So I'm ready. I'm ready.
As long as you want to learn and you're willing to put in the work, you absolutely can.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that. Okay, let me hear from you. Introduce yourself to a viewing audience.
Hello, I'm Kayshawn Nicholas. I'm the captain of the boys team. This year has been awesome. I love the swim team. And I have swimming class, so I swim twice a day. Not twice, but more than once. This is my first year swimming, and it's crazy how I actually learned in these few months from Coach Ryan, and it's lovely.
Wow. That
16
is-
years of my life.
Fantastic.
16 years.
I am really glad to hear that. All right, ladies, let me hear from you.
My name's Yvonne Bryant. I'm the one and only junior on the girls varsity swim team. And I love it. The atmosphere is great. I love the fact that everyone on the team came in with no expectations, and we did great regardless. We have a very tight-knit group. We have great sportsmanship. I think all the girls on the team grew together, and it was great to see that some of the seniors got to compete before they left, so that was fun.
That is great. Okay, and last but not least,
Oh, I'm Brielle Rennes. I don't know, they've said it all pretty much. This year has been a lot of fun. We've accomplished like many things, and I'm glad I've been able to meet Miss Ryan. She taught me so many things. Like some girls on our team started from the very bottom, and they've been able to do one girl started not being able to do like one lap. Now she's doing like, I don't know, 4 laps in a
Oh,
row.
wow.
So it's progress. I think this program has made an impact on our school, like a great impact.
so one of the reasons why this pool was such a huge initiative from my perspective, besides the fact that I grew up not knowing how to swim, I know that statistically children of color generally have a higher incident of drownings just on a national level. And so learning to swim, I think, is something that is really important. I'm particularly interested in hearing more about how you go from not swimming to being on the swim team in one full swoop. That's fascinating to me.
So I think I could use Kayshawn as a perfect example, especially for the boys, because he was in Mr. Flores and I's swim class beginning in the fall. He was very determined. He had his mindset on wanting to learn. So right around, early November, I
Yeah.
said, why don't you come and join the swim team? I was like, because this way you get it every day and you're a little consistent. You'll be in the pool. Instead of being in the pool for 30 minutes a day, you'll be in the pool for an hour and a half every day. And he picked up on it first day. He couldn't even swim to the deep end. And I was like, well, you're going to do that today. Just go. And he did it.
So is this with assistive devices, equipment?
We had a belt that held us up and everything. It really helped out a lot.
I remember those.
And so were you nervous about
Oh,
getting into
most
the part of the
definitely.
water where it was, for me, getting to the point where I can't stand any
Yes.
longer, so I know I have that safety. If I start going, I can just stand up and I'll
Mm-hmm.
be all right. And for me, I'm 6'4", so I can go pretty far. But when you don't have that luxury, like what is that like?
It should. I don't know how to say it, but when you get over there and you can't touch the ground, people usually start to panic, of course, like,
Right.
oh, I can't touch the ground, and then they start flopping around. But when I got over there with the belt, it was like, oh wow, I'm not drowning, so I guess I could go over there. And then sometimes I've been asked, can I take the belt off and try to go over there? And I did it. I swam by the wall, and if I messed up, I grabbed onto the wall real quick, and that's how
Wow.
I kept
That's
doing it. I
amazing.
kept learning.
So one of the things that we talked about when we were first contemplating the pool and the swim team, and I met with a group of students, almost without exception, our girls were talking about, I want to learn to swim, but the whole hair thing. So I've been interested in knowing how that's working out. And are girls expressing interest, and what are the provisions to be sensitive to that concern from some of our female students?
It took a lot of trial and error on
Pretty much.
my end and Mr. Flores' end with purchasing a variety of different swim caps from different sizes of swim caps. This way, because a lot of the female students and even the male students didn't want to mess up their hair.
Right.
So I stressed to them, well, instead of putting one swim cap on, let's try 2. And then the kids realized, well, I want to jump in the deep end, I want to go underwater, and I go, then I can't guarantee your hair is not going to get wet. But then they get to a point now that some of them are like, I don't care, I want to do it anyway. So
Good.
they just go with it, and they realize that it's okay. We provide them with shampoo. If they forget a towel, we give them towels so that they don't feel that need of, oh, well, I can't do it today because I forgot something. We kind of got their back
Yeah.
and make sure they can still participate.
So did you guys have that issue?
Personally, no.
In the
Not me.
beginning, last year I had swim class. I wasn't on the team. Well, we didn't have a team yet. And I was kind of worried. I was like, this hair situation. I don't really want to get my hair wet every day. But I mean, I started to learn to love the sport a lot more, and I kind of just got over it. I mean, there's blow dryers.
I am really glad to hear that. So competitively, how has the team done in comparison?
So a lot of things I stress to all the kids, from the girls and now with the boys, is we cannot compare ourselves to some of the teams in the area that we compete with, because we have kids on those teams that have swam pretty much for their entire lives.
Right.
And you know, now that we have the pool and you have access to a pool, you have an opportunity here to only get better. So our goal as a team has just been, how have you improved individually? And as a team, supporting each other through that growth. A lot of things, and just trying new things and learning different strokes as well. Where someone on the team, when they swam 8 laps in a race, started, first time they did it, took 3 minutes and 23 seconds to do it. By the third swim meet, not even a 2-week span, he was under 3 minutes. So that's huge, to be going from doing something that took you 3 minutes and 23 seconds to dropping 25 seconds in less than 2 weeks. So that's something that I've stressed to them not to get frustrated, but instead see how you have improved. And at the same time, enjoy the camaraderie and the relationships you're building with yourselves and also with other teams that you go to see.
Well, kudos to you for being able to do that. And that's a perfect segue into something I wanted to ask the kids, and that's beyond the physical part of it, like just the sense of accomplishment around being able to learn to physically swim and be able to stay afloat. What have been some of the other benefits in terms of the camaraderie and teamwork? What are the lessons you learned from a swim program that apply in other parts of your academic and personal lives as well?
So swimming is a very non-confrontational sport. It's an individual sport. So when you're in the water, it's you and other people, but you're alone to reflect. So it gives you a lot of time to think about things. Like after practice, when we're in the pool, I mean, when we're swimming for like an hour and change. So you have a lot of time to talk to your teammates and do a lot of things, but you're thinking about what happened during school. You're thinking about a lot of different things. So I think it just gives you time to think.
Oh, very good, very good. Anybody else?
I mean, we guys are like very competitive. When I say very competitive, I mean very competitive. I remember like one of our teammates, John, right? Like the first day like he came, we were literally racing each other because he said, no, we got to take it fast and we had to be like better than everyone. And like that taught us that like we couldn't like get it off the bat. So like it kind of hurt our pride, to be honest. But like we took it slow, we got it. Like I mean, this man right here, you know, he already is doing backstrokes, and like I'm just like, could not be me.
Not yet.
So among you, who is the most proficient swimmer?
Brielle.
That's right.
And so what separates Brielle from everybody else?
She could do everything. Everything.
She's a good stroker.
You can't?
I disagree.
In almost all strokes, she can compete and compete well.
Oh, wow. So how long have you been swimming?
Well, I learned how to swim at a young age, but I wasn't like competing or anything until last year. So that helped. So much since when I was young.
So Coach, before we end this segment, what about the other aspects of the pool program, the open swim, the family swim? How's that going? How has the community responded?
So I've definitely been, every time I have the opportunity to speak to any of their parents and their parents' friends, told them that the pool's open, and those nights have been great, getting to meet some of the fellow community members and letting them know what's going on. Over the summer, we had a learn to swim program going on. It was really just in its baby steps, getting that off the ground running, and it was great to meet some people in the community and really get an idea of where they hope to see this grow, and really get some feedback from the community about it. And it's great to see that they really want to support the pool. They want their kids to learn, more importantly, because it's a life skill at the end of the day. You could take this with you for the rest of your life, and you will always be surrounded by water, whether, you know, you're on vacation or even, you know, just hanging out at the pool with a bunch of friends. So being able to offer that to the community is what I'm excited for, and just get it off the ground running.
Well, I can't thank you enough for your leadership. To you guys, thank you for doing such a great job and for representing our district and the swim program with such honor and dignity and poise. Thank you so much for being on Supt Scoop, and happy holidays to you.
To you.
And we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining us today on Supt Scoop. Today we have a very special guest. You've heard his voice behind the scenes, but I am proud to introduce the voice of Mount Vernon, our district clerk, and our PR coordinator, Mr. Rick McCormick. Welcome to Supt Scoop.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hamilton.
We are here today to talk to you about something we are super excited to reveal to our public, and that is the new Mount Vernon City School District app. We've been working very hard to improve communication within our community and our surrounding areas. And launching this app is a big step in the direction of erasing the boundaries that sometimes make it hard for people to get information. So Rick, talk to us a little bit about this interactive app that we are launching now.
So as you said, Dr. Hamilton, a lot of our challenges is getting our message out to our public and our community. So Joe McGrath, our Standards Administrator for Technology, has been spearheading an effort to develop an app for our parents and our community members that'll be one-stop shopping for all information related to the Mount Vernon City School District, from news updates about what's happening in our classrooms, to important information about Board of Education meetings, to school lunch menus, to the ever-important snow closings and snow delays. Parents in our community will be able to get all that information through the district app, which is currently available at the Google Play Store and on the App Store for iPhones.
So what can people expect when they go onto our app? Like, just walk us through how to navigate the app.
So what's going to be really great about the app is there's going to be icons that are very deliberate and very clear about the information that parents are seeking and where they can find it. So you'll see an icon for news and information, and that icon will take parents directly to our news site on our website, which will have the latest pictures from all of our incredible events. Most recently, we did our holiday showcase event for our students this past weekend, so we have a number of pictures up about that. There'll be press releases about the exciting programs that the district offers for our students. There's a link to our YouTube page, which is an incredibly active page thanks to the efforts of Mike Thompson, our district videographer, and the students here in the TV studio. We constantly upload YouTube videos, everything from sporting events to holiday concerts to best practices in our classrooms. Mr. Thompson has gone above and beyond in terms of capturing these types of events throughout the district, not only for the benefit of our students and our staff, but for our community so they can see what is going on in our classrooms. Another exciting feature is all of our lunch menus are now available through the app. Parents and students alike can log on to the app, type in the school that they attend, and they'll be able to see in real time what is on the menu for breakfast and lunch that day.
The other great thing about the app that you didn't mention, but I want to make sure I don't forget it, is you can go on the app, plug in your address, and it will tell you which school your neighborhood, your students would be assigned to based on the neighborhood that you're located in. So it's not just for school kids that are in the district, but folks who may be considering Mount Vernon or folks who are moving from one place to another in Mount Vernon, they can go on this app and put that information in. I'm super excited about this app. Again, that's MVCSD is the app, and you can get that on Google Play as well as the App Store. So who manages the app? How do we make sure that the app is up to date and that it's user-friendly? And if there are any glitches that can happen with apps, who's responsible for making sure that happens? And what is our system to make sure that we are as effective and efficient as possible?
So the app is managed by Mr. Joe McGrath and myself. If there's a concern that parents have while they're on the app, there's a button on the bottom that says contact, and that brings up my personal email address here in the district, rmccormack@mtvernoncsd.org, and they can address any concerns or questions that they have about the app directly to me. And as most people know, I'm pretty good about responding to email quickly. The other thing which I wanted to mention too, which is incredible, here in Mount Vernon we have a very diverse population and there's a number of different languages spoken. The app is translatable into, I believe it's 61 different languages. So all of our families, from our Spanish-speaking families to our French-speaking families to our Creole-speaking families, they're able to go to a drop-down menu and select their native language of choice, and everything on the app will automatically be downloaded and updated in their native language.
And what have we not done with the app yet that we're hoping to develop as time goes on?
I think some of the stuff that we're looking to do as time goes on, we offer the community swim program here at Mount Vernon High School. We're looking for ways to accept electronic payments for some of our programs to eliminate the need for cash transactions. I know just earlier today we were talking about possibly moving to an online registration platform for our students. So we're looking to take stuff that is traditionally done on paper and with pen and paper in person at the district office and branch it out to make it electronically available to our families so they can do it at their leisure and when it's convenient for them and not just during normal operating hours for the school district.
So be on the lookout for that information. Again, we're working to fine-tune our registration process, but in the meantime, please help us get the word out. Students have been bringing these flyers home about the app. They've been backpacked with all 8,000 students in our district, so you should check your students' bag and get a hold to this information about getting the app. Please download the app as soon as possible and get the word out about how you can get more information about our school district. So before we end this segment, Mr. McCormick, everybody knows you as the voice of Mount Vernon, so sign out this segment with us with your trademark signature greeting.
Good evening, Mount Vernon. This is Rick McCormick. Thank you for joining us here on Supt Scoop.
We'll be